Have you ever noticed how easily we pass by simple foods, not even realizing how much they can improve our health? Take, for example, the common chicken egg. Yes, the very one we're used to frying for breakfast or adding to salad. Its shape is familiar. Its taste loved since childhood, but behind this apparent simplicity lies something much more important and powerful for our body. However, it's worth acknowledging that it's not always as absolutely harmless as was previously thought. Today, I will tell you what actually happens to your body if you start eating just 2 eggs a day. Believe me, some facts will not just surprise you. They might make you look at the contents of your refrigerator in a completely new way. Why is there so much controversy surrounding eggs? Why do some experts call them a superfood, a treasure trove of nutrients, while others warn against them, pointing to potential cholesterol problems? Is it really possible to eat them every day without worrying about your health? Or should we still exercise caution? Fortunately, science doesn't stand still, and today we have accurate data based on research, not just on assumptions and outdated myths. Together, we will explore the unexpected but scientifically proven effects that eggs have on our body. And one point, particularly intriguing, is directly related to longevity. And perhaps it is this that will slightly shock you. And of course, before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here you will find honest, scientifically sound videos about health, nutrition, and those simple habits that truly make life better. Now, let's go. The first thing to understand is that an egg is a small but incredibly powerful food. What we've come to consider an ordinary component of our diet is actually one of the most biologically rich foods on the planet. It's not without reason that it's called a superfood. This title is earned by its real composition, which works for our health every day. On average, 1 large egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality complete protein. Complete means that it includes all 9 essential amino acids, the very ones that our body cannot synthesize on its own and must obtain from food. These amino acids are like building blocks for our muscles, skin, hair, and even internal organs. Without them, the regeneration of not a single cell in the body is possible. In addition to protein, an egg is a real treasure trove of vitamins. Vitamin A is critically important for maintaining visual acuity and normal immune function. Vitamin D, which is not so common in food, is necessary for strengthening bones and calcium absorption. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant, protecting cells from the damaging effects of free radicals. And vitamin K plays a key role in blood clotting processes. And all this not separate synthetic additives, but a natural pharmacy inside a product weighing just over 50 grams. Vitamin B12 is particularly worth highlighting, as it is indispensable for the health of the nervous system. It participates in the formation of red blood cells and myelin sheaths of nerve fibers, ensuring rapid transmission of signals between neurons. B12 deficiency often manifests as fatigue, concentration problems, confusion, and sometimes even depressive state. Just 2 eggs a day can cover a significant portion of the daily requirement for this important vitamin, which is especially relevant for vegetarians who do not eat. But that's not all. Eggs contain selenium, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from oxidative stress, working in synergy with vitamin. This trace element neutralizes free radicals that damage tissues and accelerate the aging process. And of course, we cannot fail to mention choline, a substance that plays a critical role in brain function, especially memory and learning, the formation of cell membranes, and the regulation of metabolism. Choline is often lacking in the diet of many people, as it is rarely found in foods in sufficient quantities, and eggs are one of its best natural sources. Interestingly, all this nutritional wealth is contained in a product with a relatively low calorie count. 1 large egg is only about 78 calories. That is, an egg provides a prolonged feeling of fullness, nourishes the body with essential substances, supports metabolic processes, while practically not overloading the daily calorie intake. When you realize how much benefit is hidden in such a simple and affordable product, you understand, sometimes nature creates perfect things without much fanfare. An egg is concentrated power in its most accessible form, and this is just the beginning of our story about its properties. The second important property of eggs is that they can be an unexpected ally in the fight for a slim figure. Losing weight is often not so much a battle with calories as it is with the feeling of hunger, and it is here that eggs show their best side. Thanks to their high content of quality protein, they help maintain a feeling of fullness longer after eating. This means fewer unplanned snacks and fewer temptations to eat something unhealthy during the day. When you start your morning with 2 eggs, the body activates hormones responsible for satiety, such as cholecystokinin or CCK, and peptide YY or PYY. These substances send signals to the brain that the stomach is full and there is no need for food in the coming hour. This mechanism works gently, without the sharp energy spikes and subsequent crashes characteristic of carbohydrate breakfast. Another important point is the thermic effect of food. Digesting proteins requires more energy expenditure from the body compared to fats and carbohydrates. That is, by absorbing protein from egg, your body burns more calories than when absorbing, for example, a bun. This slightly speeds up metabolism even at rest. At the same time, as already mentioned, the calorie content of the eggs themselves is surprisingly low. 2 large eggs contain only about 150 calories, most of which comes from proteins and healthy fat. This makes them an ideal option for those who want to eat a satisfying and tasty meal while controlling their weight or losing weight without harming their figure. An additional aspect is blood sugar control. Eggs contain practically no carbohydrates and therefore do not cause sharp spikes in blood glucose and insulin. A stable blood sugar level helps to avoid sudden bouts of hunger, which are often provoked by a drop in glucose after its sharp rise. This is especially important for people prone to overeating or insulin resistant. Combined with vegetables, greens, or a small amount of whole grains. For example, toast eggs form a complete, balanced meal. It provides long-lasting satiety without the feeling of heaviness or drowsiness after eating. Studies confirm that people who regularly start their day with an egg breakfast tend to consume fewer calories in the subsequent 24 to 36 hours compared to those who have breakfast with, for example, porridge or pastries with the same calorie content. This is not a strict diet and not a temporary restriction, but a real physiological effect that helps maintain a healthy weight or reduce it more comfortably without a constant struggle with hunger. Thus, eggs not only support your figure, they create biochemical conditions in the body where controlling appetite and weight becomes much easier. And this is already a solid foundation for achieving and maintaining a stable result. The third aspect of the benefits of eggs concerns the health of our eyes. The organs of vision are among the most vulnerable in our body. Every day we subject them to stress. We look at gadget screens, go out into bright sunlight, strain our eyes while reading or working in poorly lit conditions. All this slowly but surely can damage the sensitive structures of the eye. However, there are foods that can support vision from within, and eggs are one of the leaders on this list. The main role here is played by 2 powerful antioxidants from the carotenoid group, lutein and zeaxanthin. They are found in the egg yolk and have a unique ability to accumulate in the retina of the eye, especially in the macula, the central area responsible for visual acuity, the ability to distinguish small detail, read and recognize faces. These substances act as natural internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light emitted by the screens of phones, computers, and television, which can damage photoreceptors. They literally protect the retina from oxidative stress caused by light and other factors, thereby slowing down age-related degenerative change. One of the main clinically confirmed benefits of lutein and zeaxanthin is their role in the prevention of age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of irreversible central vision loss and blindness in older adults in many countries around the world. Regular intake of these carotenoids with food, starting from a young age, can significantly reduce the risk of developing this dangerous condition. There is also data that lutein and zeaxanthin play a role in preventing cataract, clouding of the lens, which often requires surgical intervention. These antioxidants help protect the proteins of the lens from damage, helping to maintain its transparency for many years. An important element for vision is also vitamin A, which is also present in egg. It is necessary for the synthesis of rhodopsin, a visual pigment that ensures our ability to see in low light conditions. With its deficiency, the so-called night blindness can develop. With age, the body's natural reserves of antioxidants decrease, and the level of oxidative stress increases. Therefore, foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin become especially important for people over 50. An egg is one of the few foods where these carotenoids are combined with vitamin A and fat, which are necessary for their effective absorption. It is important to remember that it is the yolk that is the main carrier of these valuable substances. By consuming only egg whites, a person deprives themselves of most of the benefits for vision. Therefore, for eye health, it is important to eat the whole egg. Lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble compounds, and the fats contained in the yolk precisely promote their maximum absorption by the body. If you combine eggs with foods rich in vitamin C like bell peppers and greens, and omega-3 fatty acids, such as fatty fish and flax, the synergistic effect for eye health can be enhanced. Studies show that eating even 1 or 2 eggs a day can significantly increase the level of lutein and zeaxanthin in the blood and in the macula within just a few weeks. This means that the benefit is not theoretical, but quite measurable and real. Eggs are not just a breakfast they are a powerful daily prevention for vision problems, accessible to everyone. And the earlier you form this healthy habit, the more chances you have to maintain clear vision for many years to come. The fourth area of benefit from eggs is the support of cognitive function. When our brain lacks certain nutrients, it inevitably affects its work. Attention decreases, memory worsens, distractibility appears, and it becomes harder to concentrate. Surprisingly, ordinary eggs contain precisely those elements that are necessary for nourishing and protecting the nervous system. And one of them is especially important. It's choline. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine, one of the most important neurotransmitters or chemical messengers between nerve cells. Acetylcholine plays a key role in learning process, memory formation, maintaining concentration, and even muscle control. Without a sufficient amount of choline, the brain works slower, copes worse with mental tasks, and tires more quick. Just one large egg contains about 125 to 150 milligrams of choline, which is almost a quarter of the recommended daily intake for women and a fifth for men. 2 eggs already cover a significant portion of the daily requirement, and from a natural source, without the need to resort to supplements. When choline enters the body regularly, neural connections are strengthened, and cognitive functions such as memory and reaction speed are maintained at a high level. This is especially important for people whose work is related to processing large amounts of information, making decisions, learning, or any other intensive mental load. In addition to choline, eggs contain a complex of B vitamins, especially B6, B9, also known as folic acid, and B12. These vitamins are necessary for normal metabolism in the nervous system. In particular, they help reduce the level of homocysteine in the blood, an amino acid whose elevated content is associated with an increased risk of developing dementia, including Alzheimer's disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular and neurological diseases. Vitamin B12, contained in eggs in a bioavailable form, is especially important for the production of myelin, a protective sheath covering nerve fibers and ensuring the rapid transmission of nerve impulse. Without a sufficient amount of myelin, signals between cells are transmitted more slowly, and the structure of the nervous tissue itself becomes more vulnerable to damage. This combination of nutrients, choline, and B vitamins is especially important for older people. With age, the brain becomes more sensitive to nutrient deficiency. Including eggs in the daily diet can help slow down the age-related decline in cognitive function, improve memory, and maintain clarity of thought for many years. For pregnant women and nursing mothers, choline plays an absolutely key role in the development of the brain and nervous system of the fetus and infant. It participates in the formation of the hippocampus, which is the memory center, and affects the child's cognitive abilities in the future. Therefore, eggs are especially recommended as part of the diet during this critically important period. Choline also affects emotional state. It participates in mood regulation and can help reduce symptoms of anxiety and irritability, which is especially relevant in conditions of chronic stress and nervous exhaustion. Thanks to the presence of zinc and selenium in eggs, they additionally protect brain cells from oxidative stress. These trace elements help prevent tissue damage by free radicals and maintain optimal brain function even under mental overstrain. Eggs are easily digested, and the nutrients they contain enter the bloodstream relatively quickly, starting to have a positive effect on the brain within the first hour after eating. This makes them an ideal food for breakfast or a snack before important mental work or study. Even with regular consumption, eggs do not overload the digestive system and usually do not cause drowsiness, as happens after a heavy meal. On the contrary, they provide a stable flow of energy, contributing to vigor and productivity. Thus, eggs are not just a source of protein. They are comprehensive nutritional support for the brain, memory, and concentration. Their daily consumption is a simple and tasty way to help yourself think more clearly, work more efficiently, and maintain mental activity at any age.